Anyway, we're not playing WoW right now, we're playing Final Fantasy 14. Let's do this quest. Maybe I'll get to voice QUINFORT again. I kinda doubt it though. A chilling fate. The great serpent of Ronka once again would bestow upon you the wisdom of the gods. Probably. Scree! Scree! The great serpent wriggles and writhes about with glee. It appears to be eagerly anticipating what new discoveries the Qitari excavation effort might bring. Speak with Jakar Gatal and see how things have been progressing since last you met. Oh, hello there, friend. It's most splendiferous day here at the Stopple. The ritual that the V's so kindly taught us has allowed us to delve deeper into the tunnels, and you won't believe the wonders we found. It is as my voice says, our exploration of the second stratum is nearly complete, and you'll be pleased to know that the relics and treasures we have found have all but confirmed that your interpretation of the second stela was indeed the correct one. Our forebearers welcomed the Vis when they arrived in the Great Wood. Despite our clear differences in aspects like lifespan, stature, and martial aptitude, our two peoples forged a strong bond not unlike that shared by Ixmaya and Oxdalon, our guardian deities. We also found records of a story told since olden times. In it, a Vis and a Qitari were hunting together in the wood, when they suddenly fell into a deep sinkhole. Their bodies bruised, and with no source of nourishment, they had no choice but to wait for a rescue to come. Knowing that his short lifespan was nearly at an end, the short-lived Qitari offered his own flesh to his Vis companion, that she might survive for many years to come. Could there be any more heartwarming tale of friendship and devotion? Why, it brings tear to my eye. I am also pleased to report that in our search, we did also manage to find a passage leading even further into the Stopple's depths. Yes, I have little doubt that another stela awaits us should we continue to delve below. I trust that Tarl is investigating the matters as we speak. It's hard to do those mispronounced words. As a matter of fact, she returned a short while ago. Toril is nothing if not circumspect. I have no doubt her survey of the tunnels was most thorough. And yet, I fear the news is not at all good. Poor Toril collapsed into a shivering heap almost immediately upon her return, and has remained in bed, silent and with a dreadful fever, ever since. As such, I have sent for our friends in Slitherbow to come to our aid. Oh, maybe I will be able to get a voice QUINFORT. I do believe I just saw them over there. Come, Brilliant. I would be most obliged if you could join us in getting to the bottom of all of this. We came as soon as we could. What sort of malady has stricken the poor little fellow? According to those who accompanied her, the passage below was blocked by a vast water vein. Toril and her team had no choice but to dive in and attempt to swim their way onward through the depths. It would seem the chill of the water took quite a toll on their bodies, Toril most of all. Or perhaps they encountered a fearsome leviathan lurking in the deep, who did lash out at them with its tentacles in furious rage. Oh, for woe! My heart goes on for this brave, battered soul. Ahem. Fortunately, her life appears to be in no danger, and yet I fear that the Stopple is far from an ideal environment for sheltering the wounded and infirm. I would have to agree. Talismans and shrines may do well to ward off the creatures of the deep, but they will do little to keep a shivering body warm and nurse the sick back to good health. Brilliant. The Qitari live a simple life, eschewing luxury. We of the Knights Blessed are similar, and I, too, believe frugality to be an admirable trait. And yet, I dare say they deserve to live in a better comfort than this. Wouldn't you agree? Perhaps there is something we could do for them. Master Valan, you magnanimity is most touching indeed. What are friends for, if not to help one another in trying times? We would be most obliged to you for your aid. In the meantime, I will suspend our exploration of the tunnels until such a time as we find a way to traverse those frigid and treacherous waters. I'll go gather the supplies. We need to keep your friend here safe. We'll need something warm to warm her body, and medicine to ease her fever. An elixir of life from the afflicted Qitari fellow? Leave that to QUINFORT, son of Gwalt, potion maker non-peril. Yes, I do believe I can produce the ingredients I need for our friends in Fanao. As for keeping her warm, I do believe I know just the thing, something my mother always used to make for me when I caught cold as a child, and I'll need some serpent pepper from Lake Mekta. I would fetch it myself, but I fear it would be treacherous going for one such as me. Could I trouble you with the task, Brilliant? Stoic nod. You are most munificent. Indeed, my friends. Is there nothing I could do to be of assistance? I intend to return here and tend to poor Torl. Perhaps you could help me look after your friend. Consider it done. Whatever I might do to be of help, I am at your every kick and ball. The magnificent QUINFORT! Well, let's see where we need to go. Over here. Okay, so only over there? Okay. Teleport to Slitherbow to take a bit of a shortcut. Oh, it's 2C Mekta. I read that as TSU. Okay, let's head through the passage and head over to that lake. One thing that's been a bit annoying with WoW is that canceling on the auction house seems to be extremely slow right now. Maybe they just changed it, I don't know, I haven't played in over a year. So I can't really cancel scan very quickly. But it's not that bad, not really bad or anything. There we go. To descend above you. There we go. Teleport back to Fanao. No, we'll continue to finish off this quest. Okay, here's your pepper. Worry not, my friends. I prepared some extra doses and shared them with the remaining members of the excavation team. Should any of them exhibit similar symptoms to poor Torl, relief is only a quaff of QUINFORT's quintessential elixir away. Torl seems to be feeling quite a bit better already. At this rate, I dare say she'll be back on her feet in no time. I cannot thank you enough, my friends. Poor Torl. I must tell her just how much I appreciate all she has done for us when she awakens. Oh, Father, I have it. Yes, indubitably, I do. What? Jakar, are you all right? Have what, I say? When I took Brilliant's discovery into hand, my entire body filled with a gentle wave of warmth from within. Why, if we were to give one each other a number of excavation team, that could stay warm and toasty even as they navigated the frigid waters below. Simply ingenious, my boy. Master Valan, Master QUINFORT, might I trust you to look after our dear Tarl in my stead? I would return to excavation that I might deliver to my friend a discovery that is sure to have her dancing in the tunnels. Leave it to us, my friend. There could be no greater honor than to lend my prestigious talents to a proud race of Rak'tika. That settles it. Let the third stage of the excavation begin. Wait, another worm? Qitari Natal and Qitari have safely returned from their investigation of the tunnels. Let's see what decision I get to make now. What news do our friends bring from below? Why, I can scarcely wait to hear about the latest wonders of history and cultural heritage they have unearthed. QUINFORT, voicing QUINFORT's hilarious. Brilliant, my friends, we return, our serpent friend with us, and I am pleased to report that the third stela... Wait, is this the adult or the kid? I can't remember. I think this is the kid because they're looking at him. To report that the third stela has been found. Sadly, much like the first two, it has seen better days. We must count our blessings that it survives at all. What with the ravaging sin-eaters, rushing waters, and worse that it has faced over the years. Indeed! Why, I can scarcely imagine the horrors our forefathers faced when they braved the depths so long ago. Have no fear, and lament not the past, O brave sons of Rak'tika, for in reclaiming your legacy this day, you forge a path to a brighter and ever more prosperous future. So saith the divine protector, and may its words give you strength. Well, the sentiment is an admirable one, at least. But do tell, what were you able to make of the stones? What we could discern of the markings was most curious indeed. It showed a single Qitari holding a fish over its head, and standing next to him a curious creature that resembled a miniature catfish man with two little legs. Yes, very nice fish you have there. A catfish man, you say? Why, I have pored through every encyclopedia of Master Matoya's shelf, and never so much as heard of such a thing. What manner of fantastic and ancient beast might you have discovered? Yes, what have you discovered? You are the most well-traveled of us, Brilliant. Have you ever seen or heard of such a creature in your journeys? Yes. Have I ever? I had a good catfish stew once. A curious race of fishmen that live far to the east. No wonder we haven't heard of them here in Novrant. Doubtless they were one of the many ill-fated peoples swallowed up by the flood. That would fit their luck very well. In any event, the catfish men sound most fascinating. I would be quite curious to find out more. Ahem, I have a theory as to what the markings signify. Ahem, it was a time of old where famine ravaged the forest. In trying times, our ancestors and these catfish men each laid claim to a vital fishing ground. That the creatures no longer inhabit these parts can mean only one thing. The proud Qitari, the might of the great Ronkan Empire behind them, drove these slippery creatures from the Great Wood, reclaiming the food supply as theirs, and theirs alone. Bereft of a source of nourishment, the catfish men died out one by one and met their eventual extinction. Extinction? Perish the thought! Believe me, father, I am not so naive to think that this was another bright and happy chapter in history. Don't doubt the famine you speak of truly did befall our forest home. All the more reason that when these catfish men showed up on our doorstep on the verge of collapse from hunger, our forefathers did offer them fish, but they might sustain themselves for the days to come. Most fascinating theories, the both of them, and yet I would posit another. I have read of an ancient coin emblazoned with the image of a catfish that was said to predate the Ronkan Empire. Is it not plausible, even probable, that it might have been the currency of an ancient civilization of fishmen that flourished in the depths below? No, it isn't, and I think we've heard enough of theories for the day. At any rate, QUINFORT and I should be heading back to Slitherbow. If you're ever in need of warding charms or far-fetched theories, you know where to find us. I must say, there is something quite compelling about the thought of a great civilization of subterranean dwelling fish people. Perhaps I should reconsider my... Oh, perhaps not! At any rate, it would appear that once again my son and I have arrived at conflicting interpretations of our people's past. And so we turn once more to you, ally of Ronka. Which version of history shall be told? Brilliant! Pray lend us your sage wisdom and acute insight. Let's see, we've been going with the optimistic approaches for these, but I need to think about this for a sec. So, would the Qitari share the food, or would they keep it for themselves and drive them away? They don't really have the combat abilities to do that, but then again, we're talking about the Nazamu here. Once more, the Qitari father and son have arrived at different interpretations of past events as depicted on the stela. At the bidding of the Great Serpent, it falls to you to determine which version of history will be told. All right, which one are we gonna go with this time? Doesn't matter. I just feel like actually thinking about this, because the next quest is gonna be like, you were absolutely right, as they've been each time so far. The Qitari are not good at combat, but then again, neither are the Nazamu. So could I see the Qitari trying to push them out or not? You know what, let's just go with the optimistic one again. Father may interpret the markings differently, but I am certain that my ancestors were not so cruel and violent as he would say. When famine struck the forest, we Qitari took pity on the catfish people and shared with them our freshest catches. That they vanished from the Great Wood after this is a pity, but I know that our forefathers did all they could to save their slippery little friends. This is a most indubitably the case, do you not agree? Yeah, let's go with the optimistic approach again. Magnificent! I knew we shared a like mind, you and I. Perhaps the boy is right, and history is at times not so cruel as it may seem at a glance. In any event, if you truly find his version of events more compelling, I see no reason to object. Splendorous! And with that, let's get the restoration of the third stela started. You'll stick around to see everything is done, won't you? Whenever you are ready to begin, just say the word. Are you ready, Brilliant? Then Father and I shall call for our best artisans at once. The third Qitari stela has been restored to depict Jakar Katal's reinterpretation of the history between the Qitari and the ill-fated catfish people. I just realized the pun with catfish. Outfitted with the supplies and conveniences brought by the Knights Blessed, Hubble's Stubble is more hospitable than ever before. Rejoicing in their newfound comfort, the Qitari have returned to their excavation efforts with renewed energy and enthusiasm. One can only imagine what marvelous discoveries are yet to come. Cool. Let's see what new rewards we got. If any. I got that already. Okay. New orchestration scroll.